Okay, so John and Harrison had a packet of Chewits each for their walk. So we're going to look at yesterday's problem again, but this time we're going to view it through a set model. So I'd like you to picture yesterday's fraction pieces in your mind, but this time we're going to use counters. So how many counters do we need to represent the whole? So I'm going to give the children an opportunity to think, and I'm hoping they're going to come back with 10 counters rather than 8 counters. But if some people do say 8, we'll draw attention to it and then we'll talk it through together as a class. Okay, so well done, 10 counters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 counters. So we need to remember that these 10 counters represent what? That's right, these 10 counters, they represent the whole. So what do we need to represent? How much did John have when we got back? Well done, he had 8 tenths. So how would we represent that? Yep, we'd take off 2 tenths or count the first 8 tenths. So that we remember, we're looking at 8 tenths. I'm going to draw a circle around it. So this is what John has left, 8 tenths of our whole, which would be 10 tenths. Okay, but we need to find out what Harrison has left. So Harrison has, let me write down what John had first. So he had the 8 tenths. We need to work out what Harrison had left. So I'd like you to think of your fraction pieces that we used yesterday. How did we do that? So have a couple of minutes to talk in your trios if you need, and then come back to me. Right, brilliant. That's right. So we need to split these into 4 equal groups. So we did that yesterday. So I'd like you to think about how we do it and we'll talk it through. Marvellous. So we could share or we could group. So we can see that these can be grouped easily into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each group has what in it? 2 tenths, brilliant. So each group has 2 tenths in it. So we've got 2 tenths here, 2 tenths here, 2 tenths here, and 2 tenths here in each of our quarters. And Harrison has 3 quarters. Okay, so we've worked out our denominator, the quarters. Now we need to bring our numerator in, which is the 3. So Harrison has 3 of these groups. So let's draw a circle around that one. Okay. What did we say that the multiply became in this instance? That's correct, of. So we're looking at 8 tenths of 3 quarters. We can work this out so we can count them up, or some of you might just know now that you can see. So altogether we've got 6 tenths. Same as yesterday, we need to simplify this. How do we simplify 6 tenths? Talk about it in your talk partners. Because obviously we don't have the fraction pieces to align underneath this time to know. So how would we do that? So I'm going to walk around the classroom waiting for someone to talk about a common factor. And then I'll bring that forward. So we're going to talk about the factor. We could divide these both by 2 or half them. So 6 over 10 simplified is 3/5. So John and Harrison had a packet of Chewits each for their walk. When they got home, John had 8 tenths of a packet left. Harrison had 3 quarters of what John has. What fraction of Chewits does Harrison have left? And he has 3/5.